Hello. Okay, so today is day 25 of Find Your Purpose with me, with Gretchen's guidance. I would like to wish you love and blessings today. And do you get distracted? Do you struggle with distraction? Well, distraction can be a huge thing to keep you from finding your purpose. So we are going to talk about that today. Of course, I'm going to say, number one, start your day off with prayer. That will help you to have a more focused day. And I know because I've done it both ways. I've gotten up, not had my time with the Lord and my prayer time and my journaling and devotion time, and I'm not focused the whole day, right? And sometimes I'll even feel like I'm battling, like I've got to get done my to-do list, and the Lord will say, Gretchen, just sit down and spend some time with me. But I keep going and keep going and keep going. And then by the end of the day, I'm so frazzled and just such in a mess that it's really important with staying focused is getting up and first thing, spending your time with God so that you can have a much calmer day than if you did not. Okay, so that's very, very important. Okay, the other thing that you need to do when you're trying to stay focused is you need to make a list. And this list is very important, the length of this list. Okay, and I don't know if y'all were like me, but sometimes I feel like I don't know who, well, I kind of know who invented the cell phone, but I almost feel like sometimes like I'm in a video game, right? Like where I'm walking around in this video game and someone is controlling me. Okay, well, of course, God controls me. That's a good thing, but that's heavenly. I'm talking about earthly, right? Something earthly is, I feel like while I'm here on earth, that, and God controls me here when I'm here on earth too. I'm just wanting to say that when I'm here on earth, sometimes I feel like I'm being controlled by something other than God. And this is the way I can best describe it to you, is I feel like I'm in a video game and I'm not real sure who has the little remote that tells me where to go, but I feel like it's kind of gotten to the point where whoever is controlling that video game, they're saying, okay, let's make this person a zombie. Let's make this person numb, and then we can control them in whatever way we want to. So what are we going to do? We're going to give this person a cell phone, right? To where they have to have it. They have to have things to look at. It's going to be their entertainment. It's going to be with them all the time. They're going to be so distracted that they're not going to get to enjoy the good things in life. But that's going to allow me to control them. I know it's weird, but sometimes I feel that, right? And then, so I've got my little cell phone and I'm walking around the world like a little zombie by this person that's controlling me with my cell phone. And then I walk over here. Oh, that's right. I kind of feel hungry. I might need some groceries. And then so I walk over to the grocery store and I feel like I'm going to walk in there one day and a head of lettuce is going to be like $5. But I walk around the grocery store with my mouth wide open just going, how am I supposed to pay for this stuff? Everything is so expensive. So that also makes me feel controlled. That also makes me feel like a zombie, like I'm just walking around the grocery store buying 10 things, right, to make it through the week because that's all I can afford. And it's just gotten to where it's just so depressing on this earth at times, right? I feel like I'm controlled with my cell phone. I'm controlled by the grocery prices, because if you're spending all your money at the grocery store, then you're not enjoying yourself on the weekends. There's not money for entertainment on the weekends. So I almost feel like I'm like this in this vicious cycle in the world, right? And the way that I'm controlled a lot of times, or whoever is doing the little remote on that video game who's trying to control me, is by giving me distractions, right? And so you have to really think about, do you want to be controlled, or do you want to live your life the way you're designed to live it, right? By living it and not being numb and not being distracted. Okay, So I hope that you can relate to that as well, because that some days I really, really feel like that. So how do we stop from being distracted, right? How do we get to what we need to do and find our purpose? So like I said, number one, a way to open up your mind and your senses is by having your prayer time in the morning with God, right? The other thing is you need to make a list, okay? So let's say you're getting up on Saturday morning and you have a lot of stuff to do, right? Let's say you work Monday through Friday. Saturday and Sunday is the days to get stuff done for the next week, basically, right? So you wake up Saturday, you have to clean the house, you have to do laundry, you have to go to the grocery store, the yard needs mowed, the dog needs walked, you need to go to the gym, your daughter needs to go to her soccer game, you need to watch her soccer game. So let's say that's your to-do list for Saturday, right? Well, what happens when your to-do list is that long? You don't really do anything well, and then you get frazzled and you get all messed up, right? So I know I used to have a to-do list like that on Saturdays. It would be so long that there was no way I could achieve it, and it got to where I almost avoided looking at the list because I knew it was too long for me to achieve it. Okay, so I realized I had to start shortening my list, because then what happens is if you make your list too long, and let's say it's 5 o'clock and you still have 5 things left to do on your list, then you start getting stressed and it's just a vicious cycle. So what I want you to do with your to-do list is I want you to write down 3 things on that list. 3 important things. And it might be number 1, go and watch my daughter's soccer game, right? Number 2, laundry. And maybe number 3 is whatever else is really important to you to get done, right? You might just have to let some of that other stuff go, and I know that's hard, but you want to have a to-do list with just 3 things on it, 3 priorities on it, right? Because that's doable, and that's gonna make you feel better, okay, than getting all 10 things that need to get done. You need to put top 3 and stick to those things. Now, also, let's say that you put number 3 is cleaning the house. So let's say number 1 is going and watching your daughter's soccer game. Number 2 is, let's say, laundry. And number 3 is cleaning the house. Those are the 3 things you're going to get done today, right, on this day. Well, when you're cleaning your house, and let's say it's getting close to Easter or getting close to a holiday that you may celebrate or you may not. I'm just using one that came to mind. And I know a lot of people are not celebrating pagan holidays anymore because it causes so much stress. So I know there's a new wave of people that don't celebrate Christmas or Easter or Valentine's Day or anything just because it causes so much stress. So anyway, it's an interesting mindset. But let's say if Easter is coming and you're cleaning your house and you come across this little Easter bunny that you found in this drawer while you were cleaning your house, and you think, oh, Easter's coming. You know what? I really need to decorate for Easter. When am I going to get that done? I mean, look at my to-do list. And you look at this Easter bunny and you sit there and you have this battle with yourself for 10 minutes about if you're going to decorate for Easter and go in the attic and get your Easter stuff. And you just look at the Easter bunny and you just think, okay, you know, I'm going to be stressed if I don't decorate for Easter. This is why people aren't celebrating pagan holidays, by the way, just FYI. You know, and you say to yourself, I've got to go up to the attic and I've got to get the stuff down. I've got to do it now, because if I don't do it now, I mean, think about next weekend. We've got to be out of town for this soccer game, and next weekend we've got to go here, and it's not going to get done if I don't do it right now. And, you know, and then you start getting stressed out, or at least this is what I do sometimes, okay? So if you do that while there's a top priority of you cleaning your house on your list, you have to make a choice. And you have to say, am I going to decorate for Easter or am I going to clean my house? right? You're going to have to stop and you're going to have to ask yourself, because if you try to decorate for Easter and clean your house and tell yourself that you can, guess what? It's going to be 7 o'clock on Saturday night and you're still going to be cleaning the house and you're going to be exhausted come Monday. Okay? So you got to figure it out. So try not to get distracted. And if you do get distracted and you say, hey, you know, I really want to decorate for Easter because I'm more stressed about that than cleaning my house, then do that. Or if you say to yourself, you know what, I'm really going to be stressed out if I wake up in the morning and the floors aren't mopped. So do that. It's just all about talking to yourself and self-disciplining yourself so that you don't get distracted and don't go off the edge. Okay, so number 1, pray in the morning. Spend your time with God. Number 2, make a top 3 list, okay? And if you get distracted during your top 3 list, slow down and ask yourself which one's more important. Don't make it a top 4 list. Stay on the top 3 list, okay? Then number 3, set a timer. All right, so let's say that you've got to be at your daughter's soccer game at 1 in the afternoon, okay, which that would be a huge blessing because a lot of times soccer games are like 6 in the morning. So anyway, or at least you got to get up at 6 in the morning to drive to wherever you're going. So let's say that you're going to set a timer. You've got to be at your daughter's soccer game at 1, which means she has to be there at 12. And you got to leave the house, let's say, around 11:30. All right. Let's say it's 9 o'clock in the morning. And you've made the decision that today you're not going to wear any makeup. You're going to throw your hair up. You're going to brush your teeth. But you're going to take about 15 minutes getting ready for the day. Okay. So you have until about 11:15. To get to where you're going. So let's say it's 9 o'clock, set a timer for 2 hours. Okay, set a timer for 2 hours. And within those 2 hours, you're going to do whatever it is you want to do, and then you're going to stop. So let's say it's cleaning your house, or let's say you chose to mow your yard, or let's say you chose to do laundry. Whatever it is inside your house that you need to do that day, you set a timer. Okay, let's say the timer goes off at 11 and there's one more toilet you need to clean. Oh, well, let it go. Okay, or let's say the timer goes off at 11 and there's still dishes in the kitchen sink. Oh, well, let it go. Okay, so that's another good way of kind of staying focused and not getting distracted, because if you get distracted and you keep going, then your daughter's going to be late for her soccer game, or it's going to throw your whole day off. Okay, so it's all that self-discipline and staying focused. So number 1, you're going to pray when you get up. Number 2, you're going to make a top 3 list, and it's not going to go to top 4. It's going to stay top 3. You're going to set a timer. Okay, and when that timer goes off, whether you're finished or not, you're going to stop and you're going to move to what you need to move to next. And hopefully, maybe it's something fun. Maybe you do more fun stuff than I do. Maybe it's something like you're going out with your friends when this timer goes off. Okay? All right. The next thing that you're going to do about distraction, which is 1, 2, 3, the 4th thing you're going to do about distraction is you're going to talk to yourself in a good way. All right, so this is why the top 3 list is very, very important. Okay, so this is what I've done before. I've done a top 10 list, right, and gotten 3 things done. Most of the time, even if I make a list of 10 things, I've gotten 3 things done. That's why I've designed a top 3 list for myself, because I recognized I was making to-do list of however much long things were, and then I would really only get about 3 things done, maybe 4, okay? But so that's why I said I need to start making a top 3 list to stay focused and to stay on task and to not lose focus and get distracted. Because when you have too many things on your list in your mind, you know you really can't do that, so you don't stick to it, okay? So the top 3 list also so before I would have a list of like 10 things, right? And I wouldn't get it done. And so then what I'm doing at the end of the day is I'm telling myself, well, you know, when are you going to get this done? You didn't get this done. And when are you going to get this done? And I would just beat myself up in my mind with my words, right? But if you have a top 3 list okay? And even though you're leaving a lot of stuff off that needs to get done, that is okay, right? Because we're not robots and we have to live life and we still have to enjoy life. If you have a top 3 list, then you can give yourself good self-talk, which is a good cycle to get into with yourself. So let's say you have on your top 3 list, you're going to go to your daughter's soccer game, watch her game, you're going to do laundry, and you're going to clean the house. Okay, and let's say you got those things done. Let's say you got the house cleaned as good as you could by 11. You went to your daughter's soccer game. You came home, you did some laundry. Let's say it's 6 o'clock on Saturday night and you can do something fun. Okay, and so this is how you talk to yourself. You say, hey, you know what? You got a lot accomplished today, Gretchen. You cleaned the house. You got to see your daughter score that goal at the soccer game, and you got to cheer for her, right? The laundry is clean and put away. You got a lot done. Good job, right? So that's how you're talking to yourself at the end of the day. Okay, so it's this kind of this pattern of things that you make with yourself. Okay, whereas if you have a list of 10 things, it's Saturday night at 8 o'clock, you're still doing those things. You're exhausted and you're talking to yourself like, okay, well, I've still got 3 things to do on the list. It's 8 o'clock. I hadn't sat down all day. I still have 3 things to do. What am I going to do? You know, and then it's just kind of like this unraveling of being distracted all the time. There's no focus. There's no rhythm. And so you never get in that mindset of staying focused and doing things in a focused rhythm. Okay? So, but if you do it this way, the way that this way is the way that I recommend: prayer, top 3 list, set a timer, good self-talk. If you follow this, then you will develop a self-discipline of staying focused. I promise, because I have a hard time staying focused. So that's why I developed this with myself, and it works. The alternative is to not pray, to make a list of 10 things to do, to not set a timer, and to beat yourself up, okay? And I've done that too. I've done that plenty of times. That's why I have developed this list. And if you don't pray, you're not going to be focused. You're not going to be calm. You're not going to have any peace in your day, right? If you have a top 10 list, you're not going to be able to achieve it, because that's not how life is meant to live. We're not robots. If you don't set a timer, you're going to clean your house for 6 hours, and you're not going to know where the day went, and you're going to miss your daughter's soccer game, and then you're going to feel guilty, and then you're going to beat yourself up for that, right? And if you don't have good self-talk with yourself, then it's that vicious cycle of feeling guilty and not staying focused. You cannot feel guilty and stay focused at the same time. So it's kind of like prayer, top 3 list, setting a timer, good self-talk. It lets you be in a focused mindset, if that makes sense. If you follow these steps, then you get into a focused mindset and a focused rhythm to where you develop not getting distracted, right? Now, it's not foolproof. There's still going to be times that you get distracted, right? Because that Facebook is calling your name, and that Instagram is calling your name, and all these other distractions that are in our world today. So it's not foolproof, but if you do this, your life will be much better. And then guess what you can do? You can go on and find your purpose and live your life that's much better when you're focused and when you're following this list of things. So I'd invite you to give it a try. I would love to know if it works for you or not, right? And it takes time. It's going to take time to do these things. It's not a natural thing, right? It's something you have to train yourself to do, and it's going to take time, but I can promise you that if you put the work into it, if you put the elbow grease into it, that it will be worth it, and you will feel better, you will have more peace, and you will feel more calm throughout your day. Okay, well, I hope this spoke to you. I hope this helps you in your daily life of so many distractions. I hope this helps you develop a self-discipline for staying focused and not getting distracted. And I will see you all soon. All right. Bye-bye. Thanks for watching. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, share this with someone, right? Especially if someone you know that's got ADHD. And we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.